Hey, everybody, it's a strange new journey, and my name's Chris Kerr. Thanks again for listening. We're into personal brand assets, talking specifically about monetizing them through selling something that you already have, or that you make, or it's yours, or that you do, and turning that into an ongoing monthly income that you can more or less count on in terms of cash flow on an ongoing basis, whether you work another day in your life or not, at a job somewhere, right? So, the personal brand asset, we talked about needing the audience. You've got to have that already built, having a product or service that you can sell and scale, having a website and social media accounts that you're posting to regularly, building and maintaining your audience so your audience stays integrated with you. And we talked about the idea of selling one to many, one to some to some to many, so that we're not stuck on in these one to one conversations unless the one to one represents many buyers, right? Because this way you have an opportunity to take what you know, take what you do, and sell it on a recurring basis. In other words, over and over again, without having to really work so hard at it, right? Being an entrepreneur takes so much time, energy, and effort. We want to simplify this and make it as easy as possible for customers to buy, following that Jess Woolworth's um, style or approach that I talked about in an earlier episode. So this time, we're going to take that a step further, and we're going to emphasize the customer lifetime value part of this, because all the effort and energy everyone puts into is always in acquiring the new customers. But the bulk of the money you're ever going to make is in the customer list you already have. And so the bigger you grow that, the more ongoing revenue you're likely to get. This is why all the major online internet marketers talk about the money being in the list. Now, they talk about your email list, but it doesn't have to be email. It can be a lot of different things. I happened to do an analysis of a company that it was a contest company that sold branded merchandise like sportswear. So your jerseys, your hats, your um, team socks or whatever. They sold all that stuff. And what they did is they ran a contest every month for each of the teams that they represented or that they had product for. So let's say they had all 32 teams, and what they do that month is they mix it up. Some teams they'd be offering a free jersey, sometimes they'd be offering a free cap, and they'd give away one free cap out of all the entrants, and they'd do it like a sweepstakes. And so they did these Facebook ads where they'd give away a free hat, let's say, I don't know, Philadelphia Eagles, um, and they give away the hat, and of course all the Eagles fans jump on that, and they put in their email address, and of course only one of them wins, which means all the others don't. So let's say they get 2,900 names on that list. One of them is the winner. They get the email. They get the hat. Hat costs them maybe 15 bucks, plus $5 in shipping. Not the world's biggest expense. 20 bucks, you got a winner. All the other 2,899 people on that list who did not get a hat then get an email. This is, look, I'm so sorry you didn't get a hat. As a thank you, though, we're willing to give you 10% off or 30% off your order today at our website. Just use coupon so and so. Well, wouldn't you know it, they went from zero to I think it was like $4.8 million in sales in 18 months using this approach. Because what they did was for each team, they did the giveaway. So they weren't just getting 2,900 names, they're getting 2,900 names times 32 teams. And then they added the college teams. And then they did it for different sports. So now they have 28 teams here, 32 teams there, 40 teams here, etc. And they keep going. And all of their sporting fans that go with them. And they have tens of thousands of people who submitted their email addresses. Out of those, they have buyers. And anyone who took them up on a coupon, they probably asked them, can we send you an SMS message? Or can we send you a notice on your screen whenever we have news. So sure enough, here you go. Here's your deal on the next one. Hey, did you know we are having a sale on, I don't know, hats this month? If you want 10% off hats, click here. Wouldn't you know? Person goes in and buys 10% off their hat. They think that's a great deal. They also decide it's somebody's birthday coming up, they're going to get them a jersey. And then they say, you know what, I'm going to get a book about such and such a player. And you know what, I want a bumper sticker and 2 flags. So now they got a $240 order out of that 10% coupon. And they've multiplied that by, I don't know, 5,000 people. It's really quick for those orders to add up because they already have the buyers, people who spend money. Everybody else just goes on a generic list until they become buyers. All of that stuff in the background, all that follow-up, most of that they were actually doing manually. Even though they had the lists, they really weren't very good at automating it. And so the reason I was involved is I was asked to analyze it for a potential buyer. Now, their problem was that they automated as much as they knew how to do, and they were doing very well. Again, this was in like 18 months. But it was a bunch of college professors from a university up in Chicago. And they really had other ideas they wanted to work on. This was a project, a test that got out of hand. And they really didn't know how to manage it from there. They just figured out that their approach actually worked. So now we look at you and what you sell. Maybe you don't sell stuff like that. Maybe you don't have teams of sports organizations that you're promoting for, to, or against. But maybe you have something else that there's a way to grow a list that can then be turned into your window tab notifications or to your a mobile app on your phone. That's a big one. Most companies can fit into a mobile app marketing campaign on phones, and it's not hard to set up, and doesn't have to cost the moon either. Or maybe you have some other thing, or maybe you just rely on the email list. No matter what it is, your money is in your list, and it's not as hard as you might think, especially if you have an audience, to grow a buyer's list. That is your next step in monetizing your personal brand, and that's identifying and building and growing your customer lifetime value through your buyer's list. Thanks for listening. We'll see you soon.